Well, I suppose the obvious place to start is the injury list. Of course, we were hit by quite a number of them before the international break. How are they all progressing?
Dion obviously was precautionary. We had to weigh up pros and cons of him playing against Reading, and I made the decision to not risk him, because if he'd have got injured, which would have probably happened, he would have missed a lot more games. So it was a case of just losing him for the one. So he's been back training, so he looks good. But apart from that, it's pretty much the same.
Is that just the nature of their injuries? They were, like you say, 3-4 weekers, so it takes that little bit longer for them to come back in.
Yeah, and once one comes back, they'll be like buses. Once one comes back, they'll all start coming back, I think. Yeah, they're all, apart from Max, all roughly coming back at the similar times.
Yeah. In terms of the international break, have you had to almost divide it up into getting enough rest into the players and then welcome them back in this week to get going again?
Yeah, going back to the injuries, it's because of how hard they've been working, and because we're limited on numbers, then you're asking the same players to go game in, game out, and it's tough in this league. Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, like relentless. So that's why you do pick up some injuries, and especially with the way the players perform, the effort that they put in every time they step onto the pitch. That's why you pick up them injuries. So this was an opportunity to let them recharge, and that's what they've done. They've recharged their batteries, and they're looking fresh again.
Yeah, and I suppose that's with a view to them getting them back in the building, raring to go again. You've been a player, you appreciate those small little breaks, and then you're almost itching to get out there again.
Yeah, I always say it's like taking your kid's toy, his favourite toy of him, and by the time you then give it back to him, he's over the moon, and they keep looking at that day. What day was I allowed to play on that game again? So, but yeah, it's the same with the players, and obviously I was one. And when you're taken away from something that you love every day and enjoy every day, then you're itching to get back. And the players have been spot on. Since we've been back in, they've been at it every day, and I'm looking forward to Saturday.
Yeah, despite that Reading result that we went into the international break with, does it still very much feel like the momentum's with us, given that run that we were on?
Yeah, I don't think. I think Reading, we just run out of steam a little bit at the end, and a couple of things that what we don't normally do happened. The first goal we conceded. Since I've been here, we ain't conceded that type of goal. Since I've been here, whenever we've taken a lead, we've not lost a game, and we lost that. So we just run out of energy and bodies in the end. So yeah, but we've got another opportunity on Saturday and the games after that to put things right, and hopefully we can pick up from just before Reading, because the players have been giving everything and got some good results.
And we've been competitive all season. Is it a case then of getting through these next 2-3 weeks, ensuring that you're competitive Saturday, Tuesday, and wait for the cavalry to arrive again?
Yeah, that's the way it is. We're bare bones at the minute. I think on Saturday we'll probably have 4 or 5 kids on the bench again. So, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good experience for them as well. There's pros and cons to everything. So, but yeah, we need to get through these next couple of weeks and compete and try and pick up as many points as we can, and then once the other lads start coming back from injury, then we can have another push.
I know you've been reminded it's been a long time since we won at Hull. Had a tough start back in the Championship, but you know all too well, you can't afford to take any team lightly in this division.
No, they just beat Barnsley on their last game out. So at home to Barnsley, they won 2-0. So they've got good players. I've come across their manager on a number of occasions, quite a lot, and he gets his team playing football. And Wilkes is a big threat for them. Josh McGuinness, big powerful boy, got some handful, got pace out wide. So yeah, it's going to be tough. It's never easy. We ain't had an easy game yet in this league, so I'm looking forward to one, but it definitely ain't going to be Saturday. We have to go there and we have to compete and try and do what we're good at, impose ourselves on them in the game, and and try and win it.
Yeah, and of course we've been tough to beat and tough to breach. The number of clean sheets we've got this season, particularly pleasing. And like you've said before, it's a great platform to go away from home in particular, knowing that you can keep the door shut.
Yeah, and that's what we've got to do. We've got to do the basics right, and we've done that really well on a lot of occasions. There's been games that we've lost and you think, well, we played really well there, and there's games that we've won where we haven't been so good. But that's character, that's a togetherness, and to keep the amount of clean sheets that we have in this division, I think maybe we're second or third highest in clean sheets. That's some achievement. So playing against the top sides that we've played so far. So yeah, if we can keep that, we've got players in the final third that can win us games. So, but then clean sheets, it's down to hard work, and we've got to keep doing that and performing that every time we step on the pitch.
No more international breaks now until the end of March. It's a stretch of 22 games. Is this where such a tight division like the Championship starts to open up now in these next few months?
Yeah, it's critical. It's a critical period, I think, and this is where, as a group, especially now because we're low on numbers, as a group we've got to stick together and grind out results. Because we're in a good position. I feel we're in a good position as we stand today. And we've got to make sure that we sustain that by the time this next third of games. Can we still be in and around it after this next third of games? If we can, and in January hopefully strengthen our squad, then you never know. Football's crazy.
Good luck for Saturday. Thank you.
Cheers.